with no experience using ETFs and index funds. That's what this video is about today. That's what this live is about today. I'm here to do a Q&A question and answer. Quick disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice, but I am going to be sharing my experiences with the stock market, all the mistakes I made, all the things I learned. I've been in a lot of communities. I understand it now. I understand the market whole. Like, I have another YouTube channel called Money Intro, where I explain very, very in detail ETFs and index funds and the stock market and how to build wealth from no experience, bro. Like, it's really easier than we thought, bro. That's my whole message to y'all. It's way easier than we thought. They got us looking in the wrong direction is the whole point. Like so I just want y'all to know about ETFs and index funds. This is how to build wealth over time with only a little bit of money, bro. You use time because everybody's trying to get a quick bag. Everybody trying to flip. Like, oh man, it's too slow. Bruh, if you put all your money into the stock market and you don't know what you're doing, it's gone. I promise you. There's nothing you can do. So we're going to be talking about ETFs and index funds today and how to build wealth with no experience. You know what I mean? Because I learned rather quickly. It took a lot of experience, but once you see how the market is based off of, and once you see what the market is really uh being controlled by, and it's the media, it's the news. This is why they're on the news every day. CNN and all them. Like, we used to be, just a quick story. I was in a man's program. It's a community still going. Aristotle Investments. Y'all look up Aristotle Investments and join his community, or it worked for me, you know. So this ain't no financial advice or nothing like that. But what I learned is, while they're trading in the morning, like, they're literally, everybody's up at 6 in the morning. The market opens at 6:30. They're in the live already. They're in a Zoom call. Soon as the market opens, it's like ready, set, go. Soon as the market opens. You know what I mean? There is four of them trading. They're live trading, day trading, and they're all telling each other what they're about to do. So one of them will be like, I'm buying it too. Or one will be like, hey, I'm buying Apple right now. Y'all buy it too. And there's 1,000 people in the community all buying Tesla at the same time. We're all listening to these experts and what they're trading in real time at 6:30 in the morning, and we follow their every command, right? So I forgot why I brought them up, but y'all follow Aristotle Investments. We're gonna be talking about the stock market, y'all. Y'all ever been in the stock market? I got a couple of people in here. Y'all rocking with me? Drop some comments, man. You know how I like to engage with my community, man. I like to talk to y'all, man. I don't like just sitting here rambling to myself. So I got a whole bunch of notes right here I wrote down for how to build wealth in the stock market, bro. Like, cause I realized talking to y'all these past 2 days, y'all want the game, y'all want the knowledge, right? Same with me. Like, I built a whole community of people just like me. I'm trying to build this wealth, y'all, from zero to, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just read y'all ETFs. This is the best way to me, out of everything I've done: day trading, swing trading, long trading, ETFs, index funds. Out of everything, it's the index funds, bro. It's the ETFs, because we don't have our community don't just have heck of money to just put in the stock market blindly, and we don't understand. We're going to take it out eventually, soon as something comes up. So I'm going to just read the definition of ETF so we could start the whole conversation and everybody knows what it actually is. An ETF stands for Exchange Traded Fund. An ETF is a type of investment fund that pools money to buy a diversified basket of assets, such as stocks, bonds, or commodities, and trades on stock exchanges like individual shares. So it's a basket of assets. That means it's a whole bunch of stocks. You know, assets just means things that are worth money. You know what I mean? Your assets. So those are the stocks. Now, index fund is basically the same thing, but I'm gonna read y'all the just so we all on the same page and it don't get confusing. Let me make sure y'all know. the definitions of these things, you know? So when you hear it, you know. An index fund is a type of mutual fund or exchange traded fund, ETF, designed to track or mimic a specific market benchmark such as the S&P 500. That's S&P 500 is 500 stocks. I'm going to pull that up next for y'all. They offer low cost and passive management, allowing investors to buy a diversified basket of stocks in one transaction. So you're buying a bunch of stocks in one transaction, and it's being tracked by the owners of that fund, that mutual fund, that exchange, that ETF, right? So let's look at, I'm gonna pull up S&P 500 right quick so y'all can see. This is like the most basic ETF out there right now, but it's a very, very reliable one. And it's like all traders, they refer back to this because S&P 500. Let me see if can y'all even see it, bro? Y'all can't see that. Pull up S&P 500, or like y'all need to pull a piece of paper and a pen and pad. You know what I mean? But the S&P 500. Let me see if I can pull it up. It's it's going it's going up like crazy, right? This is the 500 most successful companies in America. So you're investing in 500 companies. When you could put $10 into this one right here, S&P 500, and you're gonna be invested into 500 different stocks. You know what I mean? And what you don't do is pull them out. Who said hi? What's up? What's up, Amber? How you doing? It's nice to see you. Welcome to the. You know what I mean? We're talking about an easy way to jump in the stock market because a lot of people just don't understand it. So it's so intimidating that you never jump in. But I'm telling you right now, this is the way to build wealth, bro. This is the way to build wealth, especially if you don't have a bag already. Because I don't suggest nobody jump in day trading, swing trading, like any type of trading, unless you have $10,000 to the side saved, an emergency fund. I don't recommend it. You know what I mean? Because I said this on the last live, as soon as your car break down, as soon as somebody got a medical bill out of nowhere, guess where that emergency money is gonna come from? It's gonna come from out of your investment, and that's where they get you at, right? Because you don't have money put to the side that's gonna be able to cover your emergency funds. So write that down, y'all. Step one: $10,000 to the side before I even jump in the market. So another way, an easy way to get into to build wealth from zero, right? A lot of y'all have a job. Does anybody have a job in here? Type the number one, drop 100 or drop number one if you have a job. You know what I mean? And if you know about 401ks, so that's another way to build wealth, like especially young people, because most of us we don't even know what a 401k is until you in your 30s or something like that. You just hear about it, but I'm gonna break it down what a 401k is. Should we play truth or dare? You could drop whatever truth or dare you want. I ain't tripping. Everybody could play around in the comments, do your trolling. I ain't tripping, yo. Do whatever you want. 401k though, right? Now, if you have a job, you need to be asking them, do you guys offer 401k? If they don't offer 401k, it's not a good job. Just off top to me. That's my opinion. So if your job does not offer 401k, you need to be finding a new job because what that does is they will give you basically free money to invest in an ETF. 500 of the biggest, like S&P 500. It's what do they be? It usually be Nasdaq or what's the ones that I can't remember which exact ETF it is, but your job will match. So let's just put it in perspective. Say you make $1,000 a week, right? You get paid every week. You make $1,000. You're gonna take 6% of your money. This is just you on you. You're taking 6% of that $1,000, right? And you're gonna put it into an ETF, into 100 different stocks. you're gonna keep putting that in every check. That's about $60, right? Your job in the point of the 401k, your job is going to match that. So they're gonna match whatever you put in there. They will give you free money, match it. So now you're putting $120 in there. Before it was only 60 when it was just you pulling the 6% out your check, but they're gonna match you. That's 401k. So it's free money. And I learned from my young homie, he did 4 years, graduated college to become a financial advisor. He taught me this. He said his teacher told him, you never turn down free money. Never turn down free money in this game. In this whole business, stock market, wealth game, never turn down free money. So that's what 401k is. It's free money. You're investing $60 out of your check into the ETF, and then your job matches another 60. So now you're just putting 120 into the stock market every check. You don't even see it. You don't even have to keep track of it. Nothing like that. It's free money. So that's, next thing you know, you sign up for one of those, depending on how much money you make at your job, you'll end up, if you plan on being at your job for years, at least like 5 years, the next 5 years, you need to be jumping in that 401k. You will have a bag waiting on you. And if you got people that have been in the 401k since they was 18 years old, now they're 35 and they sitting on 400k because it's just been coming out they check since they was 18. Like we talking about youngsters we talking about people that have been working since they was 18, had a cool job, good careers, and you know what I mean? They was if they was in that 401k, I know one. He was in the 401k since he was 18 years old. Now he's sitting on $500,000 in that 401k. Guess what? He's buying houses. See, the whole thing is not to take the money out. What you do is you take loans out on the money. That's assets. That's an asset now. You don't never take that out. What you do is leverage that. You got 500k sitting in any account in your name. You could just walk around the banks, walk around the people, and go buy shit. Like, hey y'all, I got $500,000 sitting right here. Let me get that. Let me get that house. Let me get this. Let me get that, and just charge it to my thing. Because guess what? I'm still putting money in there in my 401k every check. Like we still got another 30 years to retire, right? And it's actually going up. Type it, type in these ETFs. So let me give y'all some ETFs to type in. Write these down, y'all. VOO. VOO is, to me, the number one ETF right now. And it has been. It stands for Vanguard something, right? It's Vanguard, but it's VOO. Look up VOO ETF price on Google right now. Let me put my picture back on so we get the aesthetics, man. It's all about aesthetics. Right? Y'all rocking with me though? Y'all learning or what, man? Y'all rocking with it? Cause it ain't no real news or nothing that happened today. So I figured let's learn about something. VOO. Now the next stock is SCHD. This is Schwab. SCHD. These are all ETFs and index funds. And another one is VTI. VTI. So I'm gonna look up VOO. Let me just show y'all what I'm talking about. Like, once you see what I'm talking about, you're gonna be like, oh, this is the way. Why would I just invest in Apple? Why would I just invest in Google, these one companies, when I can invest in 500 of these top companies that are going up no matter what? This is hidden knowledge right here, y'all. So I'm gonna type in. We on VOO right now. VOO ETF. Y'all type that in on Google so y'all can see and look at the all-time chart. Look at it from all time and look at 5 years, and you can see. If you would have just been putting money in here every week, like on some small, cheap fries, to like $25 a week for the past 15 years, bro, you'll be sitting on a few $100,000. Look at the charts. ETF. Now I'm going to type in, we're going to see what VOO companies they actually own, because I told you it's 500 companies you're investing in. Let's see what companies so you know. What companies do VOO ETF invest in right now? And it's specifically right now because they dropped them when they start falling. Let's say like Chipotle is one of them, right? So once Chipotle start falling, they kick Chipotle out the ETF. That's the whole point of them tracking it. That's, you know what I mean? You're tracking the best ones. Now let's look at the companies. All right, so this is the top 10 right here. We're going to start with the top 10 VOO. Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, which is Google, Broadcom, Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, Tesla, Berkshire Hathaway, which is a bank, a big old bank from the old times, right? That's only 10 of the companies that you're investing in when you buy this one ETF. So if you put $100 in here, you're already jumping in with all these companies. Let me go to the next ones. Let's do top 100 companies in VOO. See what they got. Y'all rocking with it though? We on VOO. If you just now getting to the live, type in VOO ETF price on Google. You're going to see the price and you're going to see the chart. Switch it to all time or 5 years. The last 5 years are all, so you can see how to build wealth. We're talking about using time. We only got about 30, 40 more years on this Joan. You know what I mean? So it's like, bro, you got to use that time so that at least by the time you 50, 60 years old, 70, you got $1 million, $3 million, you know? What companies do Vanguard own? All right, so some of these companies, now mind you, you're investing in 500 companies. We already read the top 10 performing ones. Here's some more. PepsiCo, Tyson, which is that chicken in the red bag, Kraft Heinz, Coca-Cola, look like some beer companies, General Mills, that's cereal in them, Chipotle, Walmart, grocery outlet, huge companies, y'all. These are huge companies that you buy. You could just be throwing money into instead of just going investing in one Walmart stock, because that's what we was doing. We were just like, all right, we know Walmart's gonna be here, and then you invest in their stock individually. But that ain't the way. It's about grabbing all of these Jones, letting them track it, because whatever stock starts falling, they gonna kick it out, so it don't even affect your money no more. So you just ride the wave. Look at the charts. That's the wave. It keeps going up, right? So VOO, SCHD, VTI. Those are the best three right now. Like, it's not financial advice. This isn't I'm not a financial advisor, but VOO, ETFs, SCHD, and VTI to me are going up. You could just look at what you're investing in. Type in what do these ETFs own, right? So now how do you buy them? We're going to go to how do you buy the ETF? They have apps, websites. I recommend Fidelity, right? You make you a Fidelity account. You set an automatic transfer from your paycheck or your bank account to Fidelity for like $25 a week, bro. Start there. We talking about starting from nothing. You know what I mean? Like if you can't put $25 a week in to your future, then you ain't ready, right? So let's start. Whatever you could jump to $100 a week, $1,000 a month, however works with your situation. But if you could put $25 a week into one of these three ETFs and ride the wave, bro, of America, because these companies ain't going nowhere. They own everything, right? Use Fidelity. Another benefit of using Fidelity is how I was saying you can take out loans on your money. So now you done accumulated 5, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 in your Fidelity, right? Now you got money in your Fidelity account. Now you can get a loan from your Fidelity account. Like, say you need 5 bands right quick, but you got 30,000 in there. You don't want to sell your stocks. You don't want to sell you don't want to sell none of the stocks. You want them to compound, because once it starts getting to a certain number, it starts snowballing and going really crazy, you know? So if you pull any money out, it hurts the whole system. You're cutting your whole, you might as well not even start it. So you want to be able to use it as leverage, and because people gonna need money. You're gonna maybe want to start a business, you're gonna need some capital. You know, you might have something going on, you might want to make a big purchase or something like that. You're gonna need 5, 10,000 sometimes, you know? So what you do is you get a loan out on the same money. They doing the same thing with Bitcoin and all that. They not selling their Bitcoin. They already have so much in there that we could just take loans and pay it back. And guess what? The stock pays itself back because it's still going up and you're still investing. That's the whole game. So we I hope y'all picking up. Y'all not dropping no comments. So I don't know if y'all picking this up or not. Let me know if y'all picking this up. If I'm going too fast or if y'all don't understand, you know what I mean? But today it ain't no drama or nothing on the internet. It ain't nothing, a teachable moment. So I figured, let me go ahead and just, a lot of y'all was feeling the stock market talk the other day. So we already talked about the ETFs and which ones to start looking at, how to use your 401k to build wealth. We looked up the definitions, and we also said Fidelity is your account. You're going to go start a Fidelity. You're going too fast. You're going too fast. I just got on. Drop some questions, bro. Like whatever you want to know, and I'll try to answer this. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably go into detail on that, because if you're gonna engage with me, then we could just work on what you got going on. You get me? Like we could just, because there's a lot of people probably in your same situation that can use that information. You know what I mean? So, yeah, bro. If you want, I'll repeat VOO. Look that up, bro. VOO ETF price on Google, and VTI ETF price. Start there, bro, and look at the companies they own. They own 500 different companies, the top companies, and they're tracking them. You know what I mean? So start there. Start putting $25 a week into those until you retire, bro. VOO and VTI, not ETI. You got the first one right. VOO and VTI, right? But even just VOO, that's the one to me. Yep, VTI, bro. ETF price. Look up the price and put in all time highs in like the past 5 years, so you can see the chart, what it's done. Because this ain't no up and down. We're gonna be checking this every day. This ain't one of those types of stocks. You know what I mean? That's when you just go buy an Apple stock, or you done bought some Walmart stocks. Now you checking it every day to see if it's going up and down. These ETFs, it's 500 of the top companies in America, and they're tracking them and making sure they own point. So it's going up, dog. So you don't even got to check it. This is a savings account. You know what I mean? This is something you just put your money in, and it just starts snowballing because you put so much in that it starts reinvesting. So the ETFs actually pay you quarterly too. Like you could get a check from them. You get a payment through your account. But the smart thing to do is to reinvest those dividends. You know what I mean? They're called dividends when they pay you every month. There's a lot of the ETFs that pay you. They pay you weekly. There's some of them that pay you weekly. Those are risky though. Some of them pay you monthly. But these ones, the VOOs and the SCHD, they pay you quarterly. You know, like, so you can actually pay your bills. Like you feel like you actually made money. They give you the cash, but you reinvest that cash. You turn on a button called what's it called? It's a button where you just automatically reinvest the money that they pay you. I gotta look it up, bro. It's a button in Fidelity and in all those platforms where you won't take that. And so that's how you snowball it. When you take the profits and just keep throwing them in there, and you just don't look at it, bro. You just be like, you know what? I know I got money over there. This is how you could save money and make it work for you. This is what DJ Vlad was telling Boosie, which is, you know what I mean? Like, bro, you don't even have to. People are intimidated by the stock market because they think they have to watch it like that. Like, there's so many different sectors of the stock market. There's like all types of ways. It's like a big old casino, dog. Some people playing poker in the high stakes. Some people on these slot machines taking low risk on penny stocks. Some people over there playing blackjack. It's different games in this. So whatever we thought about the stock market, it's not what it is, honestly. That's the realization. And that's by design. You know, they got us thinking. So let me get back to the script though, man, because I do got some notes for y'all. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna give y'all some point y'all in the right direction, right? Because I'm not no guru in this, but I have learned enough to where I feel like I can help get y'all introduced to it. So if you're day trading or if you're trading stocks, because investing, we're talking about investing with the ETFs, we're investing in 500 companies. But day trading and swing trading in the trading game is something else. That's something else, right? So if you're doing that, I recommend you join a community like Aristotle Investments. Y'all write him down. It's a young black brother from Atlanta. He like up 15, 20 million type up off of swing trading and day trading. He got a whole community where they do it every morning, Monday through Friday. They on there live trading, making the money. Oh, I just hit 30%, 20%. And there's 1,000 people in the chat doing the same exact moves as them, right? So as soon as they say, hey, I'm buying Tesla right now, that's when you buy Tesla right now. You know what I mean? So it's a cool community. It ain't flawless, you know, but people are eating over there, dog. So that's if you're doing day trading. This ain't the same. We're talking about investing for the long run. We're talking about the wealth game. Making sure by the time we 50, 60, 70 years old, we got a big bag waiting on us, you know, for retirement. Because that's going to be the way. I ain't trying to be hella old without no paper, without no real bag sitting there, because going to have grandkids and all that. You need some money. So we where we at now? The difference between trading and investing. I already explained that. Top investors are realistically looking at 20% a year on their money, right? We need to change our mindset into thinking that we're just going to get rich overnight. Like, you know what I mean? When Warren Buffett and these real investors in this stock market, you ever heard of Warren Buffett? Drop a number one, y'all, if you ever heard of the name Warren Buffett. He's super old now, right? But he really be speaking on this, and he really know how to play it. So Warren Buffett has a recession strategy, right? How he get rich is, all right, I see you, Michael, you still in here with me. Warren Buffett's strategy on building wealth is to wait for the recession. Wait for the recession. Keep cash on deck, though. You gotta have $1 million in cash. Like, this is Warren Buffett talk. This is how he be. I keep millions on the tuck because that's not invested, right? Because guess what happens in the recession? Everything drops. So we need to stop looking at the recession like it's just some big, oh my gosh, it's the recession, it's the Great Depression, and all these scary words that they try to. No, it's discount time. We at the flea market. The whole stock market that you've been looking at is on flea market bargain prices right now. Everything's half off. So Warren Buffett keeps cash uninvested so that when everybody's selling their stocks in the recession, because everybody's stocks and their money is going down. So what do people do? They sell it so that they can not take a bigger loss. You know what I mean? So you're selling it out of fear. You're like, dang, I just had 100,000 sitting in the stock market. Now it's dropping down to 80,000. But if I don't take it out right now, it's going to be 70, 60,000. Boom, you pulled it out at 80, right? Now here comes Warren Buffett with the cash tucked to the side, buying up everybody's stocks that they didn't sold half off. Everybody's selling their stuff for the low. Because all that, when it goes down, that just means people are selling it. It don't mean, it's not like magic. Like, oh, the stock went up and down. When the chart goes up, that means people are buying. They're putting their money in. When it goes down, that means they're taking it out. They're taking it out. And it keeps going down. The more people just take the money out. You know what I mean? It's just tracking the money. So when everybody's money's going down, the school of fish gonna get scared. The sheep that we are is getting feared and getting scared. Like, oh, I'm about to lose all my money. Let me take it out. Now here comes Warren Buffett, somebody who survived 20 recessions since 1930 and 1940. They know how to play these recessions. Keep the money to the side, wait for these goofies to get scared and sell all their stocks and all their assets. They go sell their house, they go sell their car, they gonna sell everything to liquidate it because you want some money now because it's the recession. Everybody's just getting scared and they like, man, I need to get my money. I need my money, right? But it's really manufactured. It was designed this way, which is crazy, bro. So that's Warren Buffett for you, dog. Somebody, y'all look up Warren Buffett. I told you I got another YouTube channel called Money Intro Channel, and I did a whole video on that specifically, on Warren Buffett, how he sits and waits with cash, waiting for all the rest of America to drop, to sell all their stocks out of fear every recession. And there's been like 15 of them in America that he's experienced. So he's basically he's giving interviews saying like, man, y'all dummies, y'all don't even know. Y'all get scared every time it's a recession. We just be kicking back waiting to buy all your assets, buy your house, buy your property. Your business went out of business, I'm buying that too. Everything's cheap. So what you need to do, how we apply that to us is say you're already invested in an ETF, right? Say you got your money, you've been investing in an ETF. You got, say, 5, 10, 20,000 saved up in your Fidelity account. And now, boom, recession or war happens or another pandemic. Whatever happens globally and whatever happens with all the people, that's going to affect the market. Everybody's money is going down in that market. What you don't do is panic and sell all your assets. You shouldn't panic and sell all your money, why do that? You're going to lock in your losses. So now you done worked all these years on your ETFs. You done built your portfolio just for a pandemic to hit and everything drops damn near 40%. Your 10,000 just turned into 6. You mean to tell me you're going to sell that 6,000 and just lock in your loss? You just locked in the loss. You have no room to go up no more, right? That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to put in more. Now everything is cheap, right? The ETF you've been investing in this whole time has just dropped 50%. It's discount time. Why wouldn't you buy in bulk? Why wouldn't you get them now? Because guess what? Recessions always end. Pandemics always end. The market always bounce back, dog. It don't stay down. It never does. So this is where chart reading comes. You can look at the chart, follow every year, and be like, okay, COVID was 2019. You could see every chart drop, right? And then a couple years later, after the pandemic was over, back to business, boys. Everybody that bought early, everybody that bought when it was cheap, when it was 50% off, dog, they getting rich right now. As soon as it starts going back up, that's when everybody that was smart and that, like Warren Buffett, I just dropped $1 million during the recession. Like that's what these big boys is doing. So, but they're not doing it on just Apple. And that's my point, y'all. They're not doing it on Apple. They're not doing it on Google. They're not doing it on UPS. They're going to do it on 500 of the most successful companies in America. I'm going to drop it on this because guess what? When everything starts going up, because it's always going to go up. Every recession recovers. It's not like we just stay down, right? So that's the best time to build wealth, in my opinion, is during the recession. And that's what Warren Buffett says in his interviews. The guy talks a lot. You know what I mean? We not watching him because he's some old white dude that is talking a different language. But now that I understand the language, bruh, he's saying the recession is when you get rich. because when it's 50% off, when all the stocks are 50% off, as soon as they all start going up, the compound, the snowball goes crazy because now it's shooting up. Like it's going back to where it was. You know what I mean? Because it's always going to go up. So that's my whole point with Warren Buffett and how top investors are realistically looking at 20% of their money a year. So we shouldn't be trying to like, hey, I got 100,000. I'm trying to turn this into 200,000 in the stock market in 1 year. That's not realistic, because even the top guys who's running this, Warren Buffett, they're saying, hey, as long as my money made 20% every year, I'm good. I didn't lose no money, and that $1 million turned into $1.2 million. So every year it's going to go up another 1.4 million, 1.6 million, 1.8 million, 1.2 million, right? So letting the time do it. Because we're chasing, they know that we just trying to get overnight. We come from, all I've ever seen was a drug dealer, basically. It's the only one who can get rich overnight. That's all I've seen. You know, everybody I know works. There's no, you know what I mean? The only thing I've seen that didn't take work was taking a penitentiary risk. And they know we have that mentality, so they play the whole market based off of us. We feeding the whole market, dog. The money coming straight from us. All these companies and stuff that we invested in, we using it. I'm on Apple right now. It's the people that make the whole thing go round, but it's the people that understand psychology and fear and humans and how they use, it's all about people getting scared that they're going to lose their money. And that's when you capitalize, which is why the recession is the best time to build wealth, right? So you never want to take out your investments. That's the whole thing. You want to stay invested, even through the dark times. Because like I said, that's when everything is cheap now. So why wouldn't you buy when everything's cheap? Why would you invest all year, invest your money, invest? I'm saving my money. I got a bag. Damn, everything just dropped 50%. I just lost half my money. Why wouldn't you buy more? Buy more now. It's cheap. We just got to shift how we looking at it, bro. It's not that you just lost half of your money. Now everything that you've been buying is half off. It's the flea market now. Now I can grab all this stuff because guess what? I'm not investing in no stupid ETF. I'm not invested in no dumb stuff. These is real companies. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Apple, and all them, right? The 500 of the top companies in America. Regardless if a recession happens right now or it's going to go back up. It's going to go back up. We talking about investing in I don't want to say guaranteed money because I can't say that, you know what I mean? Because I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. But drop a one, man, if y'all still rocking with me, man. Drop some questions too. Do y'all understand anything? You know what I mean? Do you want me to go over a little bit more, or does everything make sense? Because even your 401k is investing in an ETF. You're gonna take $60 out of your check, for sure, man. Appreciate you, Mike, sticking with us. Even your 401k is still investing in an ETF. 100 of the top companies in America. Let's say you putting $50 a check. Your job matches that 50. Now you're putting $100 a check. Now you investing $100 a week, every paycheck, into your future, and you can actually see the money. We're not talking about just, you know what I mean? You can see your money. This is the way to save money. You know what I mean? We got to think of reality. I'm 36 years old, you know? I'm not looking at it like, oh, I'm about to just jump in the stock market and come up like Birdman or something, or I'm about to turn into a millionaire. I ain't never seen that. But I do know that if I put in $25 a day or $100 a week into one of these ETFs, the top 500 companies in America that ain't going nowhere, safe to say that by the time I'm 50 years old, I should have about $1 million, maybe $1.5 million in assets, and I'm still not pulling it out. You know what I mean? Because guess what? That's now wealth. Now we've built wealth. We're not talking about just, okay, I got, uh, like on some rapper stuff, like I just got cash or I'm a drug dealer. We talking about 1 million in assets, straight legal, really in the system right now. And that thing is heavy. You walking around the banks and all types of, getting all types of funding, you know? You buying houses off the leverage of that million. So I just want to let y'all know it's possible, man. It is possible to build wealth. That's why I made this picture. Y'all got to see it, man. If you got a job, you can build wealth. That's my whole point. If you got a job, you could build wealth. You know what I mean? And another thing is, I'll just throw in, you want to have a side hustle too, because that's your wealth. That's where you invest your money. It's hard to invest your paycheck unless you're doing something like a 401k or unless you're very disciplined and you put an automatic transfer from your paycheck or your bank account into your ETF. Because that's all a 401k is doing. Your job is doing it for you. They like, look, we know you won't, we know you don't got no discipline. Your job is like, we'll just take it out of your check, we'll put it in the right ETF, and guess what? We'll match the money. So you can get there further. You can even and you keep that money. It's not theirs no more. They're just gonna match it just for doing that. Right? So it's free money. That's how you build wealth in your job, right? Y'all got a 401k? Anybody in here got a 401k? I tried to ask y'all if y'all had a job, and I assume nobody has a job. And I understand that, you know. Um, has anybody got a job in here? Because my thing is, if your job does not offer 401k, it's not a good job, and you need a better job. Because okay, Mike, you work, bro. I ain't gonna ask you where you work or nothing, but have you ever thought about 401k or are you invested in 401k? And how old are you? Because it matters. You know what I mean? Different ETFs for different ages. I got a different company. Yeah, bro. So the free money. I'll put it like this. First year I did 401k. I'm old already. Okay, I understand that. So you already know what I'm talking about. But it's still time though. Even when you old, there's ETFs, you know what I'm saying? You still got time, bro, because inflation is eating up the money anyway, right? We can't even keep up with inflation. Inflation is so bad right now. It's not even it's not even it's like almost like the worst I've ever seen it. Inflation, like even with the wars and all that, like water is going up. Like they really talking about we're not even gonna have no water as soon. So guess what? They got a water ETF. They have the top 100 companies, water companies that you can invest in right now. So when they get to talking, that's why I say it's all based off the news. Soon as they start talking about, hey, we starting to get low on water, global water, they talking about everybody might not have access to water in the future. Now, guess what that does? That makes everybody, all the investors, not everybody, we talking about the investors. That makes the investors be like, antennas up. Let me look up the water ETFs. Let's look it up. Let's look up the water ETFs and see what because it's easy, y'all. Google got everything we looking for. Top water ETFs. And then we're going to look up Invesco Water Resource ETF is one. You got the Invesco S&P Global Water Index ETF. These are all the top water ETFs. First Trust Water ETF. So let's look up we'll look up the top performer, Invesco Water ETF, which is PHO. PHO ETF price. Going up like crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I just looked up the water ETFs. during this water crisis that we're having right now and AI, we all know that AI companies take up so much water. That's where it's all coming from. They're trying to cool down these systems because that's all AI is. It's a computer that's moving so dang fast that it'll blow up if it's not underwater, if it's not like damn near in an ice chamber. It's moving so fast that it'll blow up. So they need as AI grows and as they keep extending it and people are downloading ChatGPT more and more and more, yeah, they got to cool down the servers, but it's almost like taking a waterfall to cool that thing down. You know, like they got to basically have a full blown waterfall. That's how much water is getting taken. So now that they're using up all the land's water, water becomes what is it, scarce? What's the word? It becomes in demand. If it's less water, then it becomes high demand, right? Because everybody don't got gold, so that's what makes it high demand. If everybody got something, then it's cheap. Once nobody got it and everybody only a certain amount of people can get it, now it goes up. It's just like the weed game, right? If you ain't got no ZA, there ain't no ZA on that side of the world or that side of the United States. So it's expensive. If you can get some ZA over there, you can make triple the price. So I'm looking at everything like this now because there's an ETF for everything. I just looked up water, right? Now I'm gonna look up gold. I got another one, gold, written down right here, GLD ETF, right? Now, if you guys know about gold, that's only certain times of the market. The gold ain't always going up. It goes up when everybody loses faith in the dollar. You know what I'm saying? So let's look up GLD ETF. Yes, sir. SPDR Gold Trust. See, this it just shot up like in the past year because of all everybody was losing faith in the dollar, like almost like what 6 months ago. You know what I mean? So it's all based off the news. Once you start hearing them talking about money on the news and things are going bad, start looking up the ETF for whatever they're talking about, and you're gonna see like, oh, the chart is shooting up out of nowhere, and it's fast. I'm talking about minutes. Every time Donald Trump says something, like let's say, remember Donald Trump shouted out that AI company Palantir, where it's like a war company, but it's an AI company, but they specialize in face scanning and tracking you. There's an AI war company called Palantir that specializes in face scans and face trackers, right? That is in cahoots with the government. Donald Trump just shouted them out on Twitter. Bro, all he said was, Palantir is a good company. I really like this AI company. Boom, the stock shoots up that day within minutes, bro. Because the investors, it's not just news. It's not just, oh, Donald Trump's just shouted out this random company. The investors look at that as, oh, no, that's what to buy right now. And it shoots up. It only shoots up because everybody's adding their money. So if you're not going to be like in tune with the news and you're not going to be like glued to the Twitter and to the news, then I don't say invest in any of that trading, like nothing like no. I don't suggest you invest in any individual stock if you're not going to be on top of the news. Because guess what? Target was a good company until what? The CEO starts announcing all these DEI and we're shutting down DEI. Boom, they stock go down. Then a couple years later, they trying to rebuild. They fire the CEO of Target. Stock really shoots down. Investors lose hope. They lose faith in that company. So it's like individual companies ain't it if you're not going to be in tune or if you're not in that community. Like I told y'all, Aristotle. Type in Aristotle investments on Instagram, and that is a good community where they are in tune with the news. These guys are, they know what Trump talking about. They know the announcement for the news. Like they know, okay, Donald Trump said he's gonna be talking about this at 10 o'clock on Wednesday. Everybody get ready because something's going to shoot up or something's going to shoot down. Every time he talked about the war, the Iran war, he was like, we talking about in the past couple weeks. Every time Donald Trump was saying, hey, we came up with a peace treaty with Iran, we come up with a deal, boom, the stocks go up. People are happy again. The investors they're not scared. They're not, when the war goes on, people are getting scared. So as soon as Trump say, hey, the war is over, it shoots up. Then what does he say 2 days later? Hey, y'all, we ain't got no peace treaty. It's still bad, and we about to blow up their power plants. Phew! Everybody getting scared again. Oh, it's the war again. Everybody take their money out. And guess what he's doing? Throwing his money in. As soon as y'all shot it back down off of his news, he throws his trillions in. And then guess what? 2 days later, he say, came up with a peace treaty again. Iran. We not bombing no more. It's peace. The war is over. Phew. Shoots up. And guess what? He was invested on that dip. So if you notice, the chart is doing that all day. And that's based off of the news. And guess what Iran was saying? They was like, hey, we ain't even came up with no treaty. The whole time they denying everything Trump's saying. Like, we don't even have a deal. They won't even talk to us. But Trump knows what he's doing. He's making headlines because it's all based off of headlines. That's why I say don't play that game, cuz, unless you're going to be with somebody that's going to hold your hand like Aristotle Investments, because you're going to lose that game, dog. They got the news so connected with the market that they could just say anything, bro. Trump knows, and I ain't trying to accuse him or nothing because it's still fair game. Once you notice, you can follow it. You know what I mean? Like, soon as Trump say something, go look at the stock market. Go look at whatever company he brought up, because he talks about companies all day. He be saying, like, even this is proof that it is so connected to the news, stock market. Remember when they kidnapped the Brazilian president? Remember when the president of Brazil got kidnapped and brought to America? He had on a Nike sweatsuit on. He had on a gray Nike Tech. Guess what happened? That same Nike Tech was sold out the next day in 24 hours. The same one, the gray one that the Brazil had. And what's that based off of? The news. It's all the news, yo. That's why I'm building this platform, because I realize you could, if it's all numbers, it's strength in numbers, man. And that's all they looking for is numbers. So I'm just rambling now. How y'all feel about this, man? Are y'all investing in some ETFs, or give me some of y'all investing experiences? Did it go good? Did it go bad? Y'all eat apples or what? Yeah, we talking about how to build wealth, y'all. If you have a job, start with 401k. All right. If you're already in 401k, look up VOO ETF. Just go to Google, type in VOO ETF price, and I promise you, look at that chart. Look at that chart from the past 10 years. It's safe to say that thing gonna continue to go up. We're talking about Walmart, Chipotle, grocery outlet, Safeway, a bunch of hospitals, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Microsoft, Google. Why not invest in a bunch of the same, like 100 stocks at one and ride the wave of America? Because that's what we trying to do. That's what they've been doing since the 1940, dog. They know about this already. They got everybody confused because guess what? When you put your money in that stock market and you don't know what you're doing, guess where that money's going? But right back to them, cuz. So it ain't no financial knowledge in schools. This is the whole reason. We gonna teach our kids how to work this system, right? And y'all gonna just be the system. You guys are the money. All the money's coming from y'all. Because every time y'all invest, bro, we all lost money in the stock market. Everybody. It's like a casino, especially your first few times. Everybody that lost money. Guess where that went? To the professional. And they are not risking it. They're not risking their whole bag. That's another thing I wanted to say. Risk management is one of the main things you need to hold on to. Risk management. Do not risk your whole bag in that market, dog, because anything can happen. Donald Trump can announce anything, and the money is gonna follow that, bro. Out of fear. It's a school of fish, bro. Yeah, man, it's crazy because I swear once I started getting views on social media, because I did 100 million views on this YouTube channel in 2025. I posted the stats on my Facebook and everything, right? I realized it's all a school of fish, bro. It's followers, like, and I don't mean that in like a derogatory way. I just mean it in a psychology way. Like, it's safe to say I got 100,000 black people on this channel, right? On my YouTube channel. If I make a video about snitching or somebody snitched on this person and they denied it and we got the paperwork and, then it's safe to say that a good percentage of all these black people, a certain percentage, is going to comment on that and have something to say like, hey, nah, that ain't telling. That he just dry snitched. It's another person gonna say, nah, my cousin got snitched on. He in the feds right now. It's another nigga in prison that's gonna have a phone in there and he's gonna comment like, nah, that's telling, bro. He's a snitch. I'm in here right now. It's a school of fish, you guys. It's safe to say I look at the people as a school of fish, right? We in the ocean. I'm looking at a whole bunch of fish together. They swim together. They don't never deviate. All these fish, right? So if I just throw, he's a snitch, all the fish gonna swim this way, right? Now, if I just say a word like, oh, baby mama drama, she cheated, or she's, you know what I mean? It's safe to say a good percent of that fish is gonna swim that way off of just me triggering them, right? Now, there's another one. And mind you, I did 100 million views on this channel. I did hella views on my Instagram, probably the same amount. Safe to say, if I bring up a black man is dating a white woman, it's safe to say that school of fish is going to swim right in that direction. You're going to have black women in the comments talking about what they want to say. You're going to have black men in the comments talking about, nah, it's nothing wrong with that. You're going to have some other black men in the comments dropping Dr. Umar gifts, and they bringing up Dr. Umar. You're going to have some other comments saying, man, we keep falling for the same thing. It's a trigger word, bro. That's how the internet works. So when I looked at the stock market the same way, it's all trigger words. War. That's gonna move the needle, cuz it's on like I think that's the whole reason why they started the war, bro. Because it makes money. Because if you could control where the people spend their money, like at that particular moment, if I could just come on here on this platform and say, hey y'all, invest in this AI company, and then all of y'all really go do it, y'all don't even know that that's my AI company, or I am 50% owner of that company. Like, that's what they're doing. Let me drop $1 trillion. Let me drop $1 trillion into this company before I go speak about it and shoot it up the charts. Because all these people are tripping off of my every word. right? That's what's going on with the news. And I'm telling you, I've been in a community. I'm in a community. I'm not in it no more, but I was in a community where they trade every morning at 6:30 every morning, Monday through Friday. They in there, and they're waiting for the news to hit. They're waiting for 9 o'clock because it's 6 in the morning out here in California, but it'd be 9 out there. So every at 10 o'clock they be like, "Hey, news about to drop. There's about to be some news. Donald Trump's about to speak." Yeah, bro, that's every week, dog. They like, "Hey, we got news." They know when the news is coming out a few days before. Like, "Hey, y'all, we having a Monday meeting." They having a meeting every Monday before the market, and they like, "Hey, we got news on Wednesday." That These are stock market investors talking about we got news on Wednesday. The news controls this joint, cuz whatever they say on that news, all of these people are gonna be like a school of fish and go off of the trigger words that they've been pulling these same trigger words for the past 100 years. And if the majority of people in America don't understand the market, then we got away scot-free forever. That's what's going on, you know. Do y'all understand what I'm trying? I'm trying to put it together on how we actually control. Like everything is based off of the people not in the know. Because now that I know, they can't get me no more. I get it now. Like I'm out of the matrix. I don't even eat their food no more. Like I mean, you feel me? You invest in VOO, you investing in all that bad food that's giving you diabetes and all that. So if I'm gonna invest in VOO, you damn well, I'm not about to be eating that shit. I know what's in there. But how y'all feel about this, man? Did y'all get some game out of this? I'm probably gonna be on here like another 20, 30 minutes. So it was something else I wanted to talk about though. Cause y'all be able to go back and replay this. I keep all my lives up. So a lot of the game, I came in early with a lot of the game. So in the knowledge. So y'all be able to play it back, pull out your pen and pad, follow the people I told y'all to follow, and start putting at least $25 a week. I think that's the smartest thing, like building wealth from zero. Like if you have a job, start with 401k. If you don't have it, if you don't want to start there, just pick your own ETF and start putting the money in, dog. Like it's nothing, it's saving money. Let's see what else going on. There was some other stuff I wanted to talk about. Spirit Airlines then went out of business. How y'all feel about that, man? They Spirit Airlines, the yellow airplane, the cheapest airplane on the at the airport, they have officially went out of business, y'all. Ain't that crazy? And that lets you know because every time I took Spirit Airlines, I seen us up there. It was us. I never seen, yeah, that's crazy, huh? Spirit Airlines has went out of business. They put out an announcement and said, if you had a flight already booked, don't show up. They didn't even say, hey, we're refunding, or they pulled it in the middle of the week. Like, hey, y'all, we just decided today to pull the plug. So if you had a flight, don't show up. No crashes they had, I believe. Yeah, they was the only ones without crashes, huh? Ain't that crazy? But they was the scariest one. That was probably the scariest flight I ever been on, was them Spirit planes. It actually detoured me from wanting to fly again because I had a bad experience on that jump. It was flying, and when it came down, it bounced off of the tires and went up again, and then it came down and started dropping. I'm like, hold on, cuz, who they got flying this jump? He ain't smooth with it. That scared me, cuz. So I don't know. They did have the no crashes though. They ain't had no crashes, and they was cheap too. But you was gonna have to have that layover, a random 4-hour layover with no dro. What happened though? Like, why did they do that? Why would they close down Spirit Airlines? It don't make no sense. Let me read Let me read the actual headline so we can get some information at least. Spirit Airlines shuts down after 34 years, cancels all flights. Spirit Airlines has shut down after 34 years, announcing an immediate wind down of all operations. The ultra low cost carrier canceled all flights and is longer offering customer service. No longer offering customer service. About 17,000 employees are affected. Officials say customers who book directly with the airline can request refunds through a reserve fund, while those who use third-party services must go through those. He said they warn travelers not to go to the airport. And I quote them, this is a quote: "If you have a flight scheduled with Spirit Airlines, don't show up at the airport. There will be no one there to assist you." That's crazy. The times are changing. I'm telling you, like, the small fries ain't gonna make it. You know what that is? It's because of the oil. It's because of the war. It's gotta be because of the fuel. It's so expensive. Jet fuel is very, very expensive. It's hard to make. You know what I mean? It's because it's light, right? You can't just be flying an airplane with regular gasoline with hella gallons of gasoline. That's gonna weigh it down, and you can't take off. It's dangerous. So they got a special jet fuel for airplanes where it's light. It's fuel, but it's made to be not heavy up there. And they still need a lot of it. They blowing hella fuel up there. So it's expensive. Now, if the cheapest airline out there, they only $100 a flight, and the gas costs $200 a flight, they out of business, man. This is the Strait of Hormuz and all that. This is directly affected from the war. What do you think? What do y'all think it is? You think it was just like, because people were still flying. You were still gonna catch that Spirit flight. That wasn't the problem. People ain't got no problem flying Spirit if they about to get to where they got to get to, especially if it's a quick little flight. You know what I mean? What else happened though? What else is going on? There was a couple other things I wanted to talk about. What y'all want to talk about? What's going on? How y'all feeling today? They said it was a shooting at Chris Brown's house, in front of the house, and the suspect has been arrested already. A shooting at in front of Chris Brown's house last night, Friday night. Dang, L.A., huh? Gotta be L.A. It's just at some point, dog. I don't know what is success at this point. Like, niggas still getting popped in front of your house. You might as well still be living in the hood. Let me see what else going on. Y'all see Halle Bailey popping out with her new dude. How y'all feel about Halle Bailey? Maybe get a gym membership and become an electrician. I just left the gym, actually, while you talking. Yeah, see? They got me off these apples, cuz. You see my shit coming in? I just left the gym, dog. I hopped right on live. But the second part, I agree with you. Become an electrician. Any youngster out there, because we're trying to save the youth. I don't know, bro. If you ain't got it by now, but the youngsters, become electricians, because guess what? The third floor of Tesla factory is nothing but robots up there, fam. It looks like iRobot on that third floor. And guess what? They about to discharge them all and fire everybody. Them robots is coming, and they about to take all them simple jobs. If you don't got no real skills in your life, you don't got no real skills, like something that a robot can't do, you're done. And I keep trying to tell my homies that, or at least one homie. I don't tell all of them. I tell one homie, like, bruh, if you don't learn how to do something, cuz if you don't, nigga, it's time to go back to school. And guess what? I went to school back, Silver Soldier. I went back to college to learn how to fix the robots and become an electrician. So you talking real, you preaching to the choir, cuz like I got a B plus in that class. You feel me? The robots, the only reason the robots are here is because they don't even got enough people to do the jobs anyway. That's what I learned in college, y'all. When I went to I took robotics and automation in college. And what they taught me, the first lesson was like chapter 1, chapter 2 was Japan has predicted that pretty soon we're not going to have anybody in these factories working. Nobody's going to apply for a factory job. Nobody's going to apply for a warehouse job. People are becoming influencers, entrepreneurs. They're doing other jobs, working remote. So Japan put out that article and that memo to the whole world because guess what? Who's building the robots? Japan. Just how they built Nintendo. They built all the cool stuff. They built everything. They've built everything in these factories. So they are predicting that, hey, there's people aren't even getting married anymore. They're not even having kids like how we predicted they were. So you're talking about every factory is going to be suffering because honestly, let's keep it real. A factory job is like the lowest level. Anybody can go get a factory job. Anybody can go get a warehouse job. And I don't mean lowest level like that. I'm just saying it's the easiest job to go apply and you can get a gig in somewhere in a factory, right? So now people don't want to do that. The youngsters don't want to do that. Like just how we was coming up and as soon as we graduated high school, no, I don't mean China, brother. I mean Japan. You know, it's pretty close though. But China is not the inventor of Nintendo. Japan is. So guess who's making the robots? Japan. They're the designers of all these, you know what I mean? What's the one called? Because we used to mess with the robots. Start with a K. It's one called Phantom. It's a yellow robot, and then there's another one called I can't remember. There's Phantom, and it's another one. Japan is the one. I'm telling you what I learned. Oh, that's Amanda. That's a woman. Only reason I know this, Amanda, is because I went to college. I took a class called robotics and automation. Is when you automate the robot. So robotics and automations was the class I took. So the first thing they said was Japan. Japan has put out the memo that we're not going to have enough people soon to be in these manufacturing, because we're talking about the manufacturing industry. We're talking about the factory industry. Like that's set in stone. They're not trying to slow down. Product got to get on these shelves. Things got to be shipped. And guess what? All these factories there's robots in there. Now there's not the walking robot that's doing this, but they all have an arm. There's robotic arms in every factory right now, where it's designed to pick up something, put it over here, and then another robot might weld it together or paint it or do something, but it's a bunch of arms. Just imagine a factory with a bunch of arms, a bunch of robot arms, and they all work on it like this. They grab this piece, put it right here, they work on it. All right, move that over here, and they get worked on over there by some arms. From start to finish, the whole factory. Those factories, those arms, those robotic arms are made in Japan by Japanese companies. I'm talking about the manufacturing industry, not just like the little robots we see online, not the little dancing robots and the little Tesla robots. I'm talking about the reason why we even starting to have robots is because people aren't getting married and they're not having kids. They're not going to have enough people showing up to these warehouse jobs. People calling in sick. Nobody want to go to them warehouse jobs. Feel me? But you're right. Become an electrician because they're going to need somebody to fix those robots. If you got nephews, you got little cousins, little nephews in them, even females, they doing it too. Electricity is the way. Everything about to be electricity. The cars, the house, the power in the house, it's all electricity. So, oh yeah, so I don't know if y'all seen an interview I did with this girl, Invest with Lolo. I'm gonna have her on the platform next Monday. She teaches stocks. She teaches finance. She's really good. She's a youngster in college, and she got the game. So I'm gonna have her on here next Monday, and y'all can ask her questions. And she gonna give y'all some. I asked her to come up with a good starting point for y'all, where y'all can start investing. Right. So look out for her next Monday. We'll be going live with her at the same time. And for a quick commercial break, I don't know if y'all know, but I also have a business called kjherbals.com where we sell loose leaf teas, herbs, parasite cleanses, soursop, sea moss. This is soursop right here. Look at the leaves. Fresh green leaves. You know what I mean? I keep these on deck. We got mullein leaf. If you are a smoker or you want to help support your respiratory system, your lungs, this is it right here. Mullein leaf tea. This, helps with your lungs, helps with your respiratory system, helps you breathe better. We also got a whole bunch of stuff. kjherbals.com. I think I got the link on my YouTube, but if y'all go to my Instagram, you can find a link where I got ebooks. I make health content, post health content on how to do parasite cleanses and everything. Let me show y'all the parasite cleanses. Because if you eat pork and you eat meat, you might want to do a parasite cleanse. This is the tea right here. This is the parasite tea. So this has 4 different teas, 4 different herbs in it. Tansy, quassia bark, wormwood, elm bark. Very, very bitter, but it's going to do that trick, right? This will last you about probably like a month. I need the parasite cleanse. Let me show you that. Because that's what we all need. That's what introduced me to the whole game, the whole health game. I started with a parasite cleanse, and my life changed from that. I realized that that's why our culture is being held back. So here's the parasite cleanse right here. 60 capsules. You see it got clove, wormwood, and black walnut. 100% natural, no additives, and it's in vegan capsules. So even if you don't want to take the capsule, you can bust open the capsule and just put it in some water and drink it. And then we have the binders, the activated charcoal capsules. Also 60 in the bag. That'll last you about a month, right? This is what I take. Some people like bentonite clay for the binder, but we want to, every time we're doing a parasite cleanse, you want to bind it. And this ain't medical advice. I'm not a doctor. But this is bentonite clay. This is another alternative to the activated charcoal. You know what I mean? So we just all about cleansing, period, Let me show y'all some more stuff if y'all interested. We got soursop bitters. Soursop, I got the leaves, the fresh herbs. You could just make tea like I do. Or some people don't want to do all that. They don't want to boil the leaves. So we have this for them. Very, very, this is the top seller right here. A lot of people love this. Soursop bitters. Has a whole bunch of natural herbs in it. All natural, all vegan. Let me show y'all some more herbs though. Hawthorn berries. This is my personal stash, so I've been dipping in it. But this is hawthorn berry. I got a video about the best herb for your heart. I got a video about that on my Instagram, and it's hawthorn berries, right? Crush these up and put them in some hot water. You drink that bad boy, man. I'm off 30 herbs a week, yo. Like I'm working on the liver. One day I'm working on my lungs. I'm working on my brain. I'm working on my skin. Bro, They got us messed up out here. Oh yes, I need that. The parasite cleanse. So this is the right here. Clove, wormwood, black walnut, and activated charcoal. And you do this for 60 days. For 30 days, right? And I found out in other countries, they do a parasite cleanse 4 times a year in Africa. They do a parasite cleanse 4 times a year in Caribbeans, right? It's not even it's the whole family do it, the whole house. They go in and get in the bushes and all the herbs, and they're gonna eat raw, right? So you want to drink a lot of water when you do your parasite cleanse. You want to eat healthy. The worms are coming from the processed foods. So let that go while you're doing your parasite cleanse. But even if you not, I just suggest you just start putting the herbs in because we so late. There's another herb from Jamaica, Palo Mulatto. There's some like rare stuff right here. You know, Palo Mulatto. Very, very, it's straight from Jamaica, you know what I mean? Untouched. Straight from the growers. What else we got? Burdock root right here. I'm off these every day. That's why it's getting low. Burdock root, yellow dock root. I got the Jamaican sarsaparilla. We got also, I keep some more soursop leaves. I keep these. If you know about the soursop, you know. You know what I mean? So I wish y'all could see, man. I got like 30, 40 herbs sitting right here. Like personal. You know, this ain't where your stuff gonna come out of. This is just mine. Like, I don't feel right if I don't got a big old bag of sea moss waiting on me. Straight out the gym, like I'm about to make some of this right now. We also got sea moss, and we got sea moss capsules. Because some people don't like to blend it up and make their sea moss and all that. So if you don't feel like doing no work, we also got the capsules on there. Very potent though, you know what I mean? So if you work long hours, and you tired, pop them sea moss capsules and man, it's going, because it's minerals, right? It's real natural raw energy and it work fast. Another thing is raw African shea butter. That's the only thing hitting my skin, y'all. How my skin look? I'm 36. Only thing hitting my skin is black soap, African black soap, and raw shea butter. I might start using coconut oil. You know what I mean? But that's really all we should be using. Coconut oil and raw shea butter from Africa. So this one is 100% natural. No fragrances, no additives, no nothing. Just straight raw yellow, straight from Africa. Perfect for us, you know? Because I don't trust these. I don't trust them no more, y'all. I don't. So what other herbs we got? Let's see. Dandelion root, another good one. Another good herb right here. Dandelion root. So sometimes I'll put some of this dandelion, burdock root, and yellow dock root together with the soursop leaf and a little sarsaparilla, Jamaican sarsaparilla. I add all 5 of those herbs in the pot and cook it. You know what I mean? I'm blending the herbs, but you want to know what you're doing. That's a safe one. You know, you don't want to just blend all the herbs, you feel me? But I'm off a good 3, 4, 5 herbs a day, y'all. And then let me show y'all some tamarind. Y'all ever heard of tamarind? The best fruit for your liver, y'all. The best fruit for your liver. Tamarind root. It's good. Look. Y'all got to hear this crack. It's going to sound like some crab legs. Tamarind. This is the best fruit for your liver. Supports liver detoxing. And I am not a doctor or a financial advisor. I'm just a black man trying to make a good influence out here, honestly. I'm going to try it, y'all. Try the tamarind with me. Y'all ever got tamarind? This is from Africa. I got it from the Mexican store. But when I looked it up, it's originally from Africa, and it tastes like candy. I ate them when I was pregnant. Right, it's good for that. You know what I mean? We got to eat to live. We got to eat to for fuel. We got to eat to extend our life, right? Because once you find out how much these companies is making off of our demise, all these ETFs are based off of the demise of the people, the actual other 90% of people that aren't rich. So yeah, I hope y'all got some value, some game out of this. Let me show y'all some more herbs. KJHerbals.com. Hold on, let me pull up I'm gonna put my website on the screen right quick so y'all could screenshot it. Cause I got like a lot of research on there. I got like a whole ebook on foods to avoid when you detoxing. I got a 7-day heart health gym system. So if y'all don't know, but my father passed away of a heart attack, right? My dad had his first heart attack in his 30s. I'll never forget that day. I was like 7 years old, 8 years old. And I seen my dad in the hospital for the first time. And I busted out crying. I'll never forget that day. And they told me it was a mild heart attack, right? Boom. Freaking 25 years later, he has a real heart attack. So I'm all about the heart health, you know? So I came up with a 7-day gym health system where I basically went so crazy trying to figure out how can I help my heart, you know? Like, how do I prevent, because I'm 36. I'm like, how do I prevent that? Because too many black men is going out from the heart, yo. That's why I got these hawthorn berries. Where's it at? That's why I got these hawthorn berries, yo. And that's why I got sea moss. And that's why I practice a heart health gym system when I go to the gym, which consists of a system called HIIT. Let me know if y'all ever heard of that, HIIT. It's like HIIT, you know what I'm saying? But it's basically you sprint for 30 seconds and then you walk for 60 seconds. Sprint 30 seconds, walk and rest for 60 seconds. Sprint 30, 40 seconds. I'm talking sprint as hard as you can. Walk for 60 seconds. What that does, it speeds up your heart rate, then it slows it down. Then it speeds it up, gets it intense again, then it lets it slow down again. And you do that the whole 30-minute workout. So I'll be on the treadmill. I like to run, right? I sprint, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, throw my favorite song on. All right, walk for 60. Sprint. Really, really get it out. And you be sweating so hard, but that's the best. That's the best for your heart. You know what I mean? Do the research too. You don't gotta take my word on it. I just do research, and that's the best thing to me. So I came up with a whole system. I got the link. Y'all gotta go to my Instagram to get it. But I'm gonna put the. Let me just show y'all, man. Cause y'all gotta know. I ain't on here just posting clips for the hell of it, y'all. I'm trying to get a message out there, and I'm trying to lure y'all in with all. I understand the school of fish. I could post a funny video, or like what did I post? Anything with black people. I post it, and we doing something funny or something controversial or something. You guys are gonna subscribe. Then I'll be able to be like, hey, this is what I'm really doing, y'all. I'm really trying to help us. I just had to use that content to get you over here. So look, I'm gonna put it on full screen. So this is what I do when I go live on my health page. I let these pictures play in the background. We talk about parasites, the fluke parasites, because everything comes down to parasite cleanse. You know how to parasite cleanse. You go see the website doing coming soon, and I'm gonna pause it. Look, I got my own personal parasite cleanse. You know what I'm saying? This is clove, wormwood, and black walnut. Keep it in the jar. I keep it on deck, man. We got guaco leaf, guaco straight from Jamaica. You know what I mean? I don't have this on the website because this is rare right here. This is like some rare. Look at that. Guaco from Jamaica. What else we got? We also have like a 1-day detox. A lot of people, they don't want to just drink herbs every day. So this is a 1-day type of detox where all natural herbs, all natural, and it flushes your whole system. You're gonna be on the bathroom after you drink this. This is also a #1 seller because a lot of people don't like to do the work. Me personally, I don't mind making tea. I make tea all day because guess what? The Chinese people in China are living to 125 years old. They're living to 130 years old every day. And what are they doing? They drinking tea and herbs all day. And they're not drinking green tea, especially not drinking the one that we got in the store. They ain't drinking that. They drinking 100 different herbs. Hold on, I got cat's claw. Have y'all ever heard of cat's claw? Also a very, very powerful one. Some of these I don't have on my site because it's not easy to get them, Some of these is like in high demand. People trying to help, they trying to get their body together and stuff. So a lot of them is in high demand, but I do have a lot on there. I got the burdock root, the dandelion root. I got all the parasite cleanse. I got everything. Most of y'all see right here. I got sea moss, straight out of Jamaica. The parasite cleanse capsules. This will last you a whole month. So I have a lot of customers that just buy every month. They'll just buy two. They'll buy one of these, I recommend you get the binder too. But a lot of people, they just buy this every month and make sure they got it. It lasts them the whole month. So, how y'all feel out there, man? I appreciate y'all rocking with me this long. Vibrations, you still in here? Good talking to you. I hope y'all can come rock with me again when I go live. You feel me? Try to get the website for y'all right quick. The herbs you need. Clove, wormwood, black walnut. If you eating all that, you might want a parasite cleanse, right? I'm just trying to get these are the sea moss capsules I was telling y'all about. Another top seller. Like if you're gonna get anything, there it go right there. If you're gonna get it, that's my website, y'all. kjherbals.com. You know what I mean? You can find my Instagram and my Facebook on there also. Shipping don't take that long. So I'm probably gonna head out, y'all, but I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I'm gonna still post the funny clips. I'm gonna still post some good father-son moments. Y'all see the stuff I be posting? How y'all feel about this stuff? Because I be feeling like, I don't know what I be posting sometimes. It just be interesting to me. So I just be like, man, they gotta see this. But I be trying to put in like some good moments, like some mother-daughter moments and some father-daughter moments and stuff. I subscribed. Thank you. I stopped eating pork recently, but I believe the statistics are that at least 80% have. Yes, ma'am. That's the statistics, and that's what I think. I think 90% of them are 100%. Because why would the Bible and why would God tell us to stay away from pork if that wasn't the reason right there, right? Because that's the #1 in the Quran, the Bible, whatever spiritual text. Oh, 80% of people. Yes, I agree. Whatever spiritual text, whatever spiritual book you read, it say the same thing. Stay away from that pig, yo. And that's the reason. I realize that's the reason, and there's a reason why they won't flat out tell us that. Because because it's in everything. The pork is in your candy. The pork is in your toothpaste. The pork is in that. The pork is in this. Like they stretching that, fam. So you know what I mean? We in America, y'all, it's big business. But if once you know and once you find out, it's on you from there. I feel like if you choose to stay in it, then it's either you're basically addicted. So I'm trying to get my mom to stop eating meat right now. Like this is hard. Like I'm trying to save my family. Medicine too. I'm a nurse. We can't go too far into it on YouTube. That's why I built the other on Instagram. That's where we exposing all of that. So follow me on Instagram, Vibrations. Look up Detox with KJ Herbals. I drop content on that stuff all the time. Um, Foods to avoid, the ingredients to avoid, seed oils. We should be cooking with avocado oil and olive oil, coconut oil. There's a healthy alternative. I went to an alkaline restaurant in Richmond, California called New Life Cafe. So delicious, and it was all made from whole foods, not no processed impossible burgers or no fake vegan meat or nothing like that. We talking about straight from garden to cooked meal. Oh my, it tasted, it's almost like the taste buds was like, my taste buds were like, dog, where has this been my whole life? So much processed foods and dairy and sugar and fake bleached food, like all the, it's bleached and stretched. They trying to sell it. I can't go too hard on it on this channel though, because it's just not the platform for that. Certain platforms let you talk about certain things. We can't talk bad about Trump over here. We can't talk about no Charlie Kirk and all. Like they own that. So I understand the game and what we doing. So KJHerbals.com, y'all. Come rock with me on Instagram too. I'm trying to get my health content popping. But even if y'all not gonna follow me there, just make some changes, y'all. Like what I got, yeah, I almost forgot. Yeah, I almost forgot where I was at for a second. This ain't this ain't them. You feel me? They in business. Like they invested over here. Like, what you talking about? Taco Bell commercial about to come on as soon as this live is over. They like talking about them seed oils and all the processed foods, homie. Before we take your channel. Yes, sir. I ain't even gonna play. I'll go over to Instagram with them because Meta will let you go in on them. That's when I think it's all about the owner. Whoever owns the platform says what's gonna be talked about on here. Now, who owns Meta and Instagram and Facebook? That's the white dude, Mark Zuckerberg from San Francisco, Stanford University. San Francisco is out here. I'm in the Bay Area, California, y'all. I'm close to San Francisco. I actually used to live there. I was born in San Francisco. So they own some like liberal stuff. Like they own some weirdo stuff. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Right now, they letting anything fly out there. Right? So that's Mark Zuckerberg. That's his wife. Mark Zuckerberg's wife has a hospital named after her in San Francisco. He bought the hospital. It was already a famous general hospital of San Francisco. The place been there since the beginning of the city. And he bought it and named it after his wife, right? And that was when, do y'all remember a dude just got stabbed at a hospital in San Francisco? It was like a crazy person in the hospital stabbed one of the nurses. That was at his wife's hospital. So they own some like liberal, like everybody can be free. That's why everybody's free on Instagram. They let them do anything they want. Over here on YouTube, big business, yo. Big, like, we are in bed with all of these companies that you are talking about. So don't say nothing too bad because that's who's funding this whole thing. What's your Instagram again? KJ Herbal. So you can go to my regular Instagram, which is the same name as my YouTube, Hip Hop Built For It. And then you'll see in my bio, I have Detox with KJ Herbals. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get to my Instagram. But the health Instagram is Detox with KJ Herbals. Detox _with _ KJ Herbals. Y'all come over there, run my views up, man. I don't get a lot of views on the health content. I get a lot of views over here on this YouTube channel because we're talking about Meg Thee Stallion and we're talking about I'm going along with the agenda over here. But on my health content, I feel like it's good content and it's truthful. And I'm just giving my experience. I've been plant-based vegan for 6 months, 7 months now. I stopped eating meat September 25th of last year. That was the day I did my first parasite cleanse. That was the first day I did my first parasite cleanse, and I stopped eating meat, processed foods, dairy, sugar, cheese, rice, fried foods, anything that got 10 ingredients in it. I don't buy nothing if it got more than 3 ingredients. I learned how to cook. I'm learning how to cook. I'm cooking my own alkaline cooked meals, you know? I haven't went to a restaurant in 6 months. I'm cool. I'm cool, y'all. I seen too much. I didn't see too many videos. Y'all gotta follow me on my Instagram. I'm posting those videos. Watch, look what the chicken is doing nowadays. It ain't the same chicken, yo. So y'all come rock with me on Instagram, man. Let's get our lives together. KJHerbals.com, man. This is really my site. This is me. I'm not in business with nobody. KJ is my father's name. I told you he passed away of a heart attack. KJ Herbals. So, this is really 100% me, y'all. Like, y'all, I got my phone number on there. Y'all want to call me and talk about what's the best herbs for your situation? You trying to work on your liver? You trying to work on that? I could just point you in the right direction, share some good information and maybe even pass you along to the real experts, because I know some real experts on this stuff. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I'm gonna just keep ranting. You feel me? But if y'all not dropping no comments, then that lets me know the time is up, So if y'all you're welcome. You're welcome, Vibrations. I hope to see you again on here in the future. So y'all have a good day, man. We're going to get it in.